Will Turkey Sheikh Boxing League, will it actually make better domestic fights? Watch this video. Hello, welcome to Tommy Edson. I hope you're all well. Very quick video here. We know about Turki Sheikh teaming up with Dana White, TKO, for this new boxing league, and they're going to revolutionize boxing in the years to come. I've said in a previous video, this is going to take a generation. This is going to take 5-10 years probably just to see the full impact of it. It's not going to impact the elite boxers right now. They're still going to be paid handsomely. But all those other boxers who are not earning a dime out of professional boxing, actually, this could be a great thing for them, right? But in terms of the overall structure, we really don't know if it's going to be a success or not. We don't know what this is going to mean for the four bouts, or 5 bouts if you want to say, but 4 bouts really. We don't know what the future of that is going to be and how it's going to impact them. We don't know what the reaction is going to be of boxers, either what they want to go for the conventional system or they want to come into this boxing league. We just don't know. That's the thing. So until it's actually happening, we just don't know if it's going to be a success. We don't know if it's going to be looked upon favorably. And we certainly don't know if there's going to be issues with it in terms of Turki Sheikh. You know, if he stops doing it for whatever reason, health, life, or new direction, who takes over? We don't know in terms of Dana White. Health, life, different direction, different focus, what happens. TKO, this is all about business. We don't know the future. So there's got to be a commitment, a long-term commitment. We know with the existing system, whether you like it, whether you don't, multiple bouts, multiple world champions, it will go on and on and on. Okay, so it will just keep on going. If it isn't changed, it will just keep on going on. Now, the argument is that, yes, more opportunities for boxers. You're going to get more high-profile fights. But it is ridiculous. You get 4 world champions or 5 world champions, 4 world champions, really, in a particular sport in one weight division. Unless you have a unification or undisputed, then you can say there is one world champion. But it is a nonsense. We appreciate that. But we are getting big fights, or we've always had big fights. Even though, it's been ramped up from Turki Sheikh's involvement the last few years. But will we still get the big fights afterwards? Will we still get the fights that have got something in it? Now, we won't get world title fights under the Boxing League system if that takes over on a regular basis, because the fighter's only going to be able to have 1 or 2 fights a year, 3 fights a year, because this is another thing that people haven't talked about in terms of boxing versus UFC. Boxing has head contact, head impact. So there's a lot more damage in terms of boxing than UFC. For the most part, because there isn't a focus on the head in UFC. It's part of the target, but it isn't the only target. Whereas in boxing, it is, yes, body shots, of course, but essentially that's where the big target is. That's where the big scoring target is. So you're going to get a lot of damage. So if, let's say, your champion sustains a lot of damage, he might have to take, or she might have to take 6 months, 8 months off. So that means that the weight division is going to be held in limbo. Then you're going to have a stupid situation like you've got in the UFC now with the heavyweight division, where all of a sudden you have an interim champion where you shouldn't have an interim champion. If a champion can't defend his bout for whatever reason in a reasonable amount of time, let's say 6 months, then the interim or the next person, takes over the mantle. When that ex-champion recovers, then they should be able to come in and challenge for their old title, right? That's where we'd like to see it. But whatever way you look at it, you're not going to have regular world title fights every 3 months or every couple of months. Whereas in the current system, regardless of how ridiculous it is, we do have that. So we do have greater high-level entertainment. Now, under the new Boxing League system, especially if you go with the UFC, you're probably going to have bigger fights, let's say, with high-profile fighters on a more regular basis, but they won't be for world titles. Now, you could say, or a Ring Magazine title, or an undisputed TKO title, or whatever it is. So there's going to be some kind of great fights, but not necessarily with anything on the line. I'm not sure how I feel about that, in all fairness. I'm not sure how I feel about watching a fight that's got nothing on the line, or nothing that's really, really entertaining about it. Now, it could be that I just get into the fight for the fight's sake, because there are some great fights just for watching the fight's sake. But if there's nothing on it and you think, yeah, I'm not sure. So there's lots of questions, as we know. I'm not dismissing this new boxing league at all. But what I am saying, and I said this in a previous video, that if it goes the focus in that direction, and I made a video in the past of how does it affect the promoters and everything like that, then it could be a great thing for domestic fights, for domestic competitions. Because anybody who doesn't want to go into that, or anybody who isn't cherry-picked to go into that system in the future, let's say 5 years, 10 years, they could still fight under the old system, as it were. And it could be that domestic fights, yes, it might not be as well regarded, it might not have the allure that it once had, or even world title fights might not have the appeal, but it's still going to be there. And you're probably still going to have some great fights. So it could be that this just adds more boxing into the mix. And I'm a fan of that. I actually want that to happen. I want more boxing. I want more high quality boxing. I'm not dismissing this league, just yet. I have lots of questions about it, about the future of it. I really don't know. And I can't say to you guys, oh, it's going to be terrible, it's going to be great. But we know there are problems in the existing system. But although the problems are there, it kind of still gives us entertainment. We get regular high-level fights. Yes, and it is a little bit ridiculous. My concern is that we won't get the number of regular high-quality fights in a boxing league with reduced weight classes as well. I just don't think we'll get it. Now, some people say, yes, that's better. We'll get better quality fights. Not as many, but we'll get better quality fights. I'm not sure I want that. I actually want, well, I do want that, of course, but I don't want a reduced number. I want more. I want more high quality fights. And I just think that the knock-on effect here, if the boxing league is a success, I'm actually quite hopeful and quite positive that the domestic boxing, or the old style boxing, if you want the traditional boxing, will actually flourish as well. I think it's not going to die either. I think, because there'll still be boxers who are going to stay in that route. They won't be cherry picked into that, and that will still exist. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, just keep on watching the videos, and I'll catch you again. Bye now.